people ask me all the time, how do you connect into different dimensions, different frequencies, talk to all these different beings inside of people's chakra scans and Akashic records? And I'm going to tell you, at the beginning of me doing energy reading, my gifts weren't as expansive as they are right now, and that's due to a lot of different things. One is because those things, when you were first getting into them, seem like, maybe this stuff is not real. Okay, I know we've all been there before, where we like question ourselves, question our abilities, and I'm here to tell you they are very real. And the way that I have learned that is doing client sessions with people, and then me mentioning something that's like real woo esoteric, right? And they're like, oh my gosh, you have no idea how synchronistic that was for me. I always had this feeling, this knowing, and now you've unlocked this. And so after doing that so many times, you start to build confidence. And one day my guides were speaking to me and they're like, do you believe in magic or not? Okay, it's a yes or no question. And there have been pivotal points in my journey of doing this line of work where they have asked me that again, because we're going deeper and deeper and deeper into these magic realms. And every time I say yes, I believe, the abilities get stronger, because that's part of the observer effect. Okay, however strongly that you believe in your magic is how powerful it will project to other people, and even internally with yourself. When I first started doing readings, I was relying much more on psychology, because I went to school for psychology, and I was very intrigued by how the subconscious mind works, and talking things out, like working things out with people actively, what, how, why questions. And then as time went on, I started to lean more towards helping people with esoteric conceptual things within their Akashic records, and like karmic lessons and soul contracts. And that's all I do now for the most part. I still help people with like 3D human things, but it's really funny, and we're going to get to the imagination thing. But what the work that I used to do was helping people connect to their multidimensionality if you're like experiencing too human of a life. But now what I do is help multidimensional people that are all the way tapped in, that need to learn how to be human again. Like they swung too hard the other way. Two on my timer. Okay, so how do we connect to these different dimensional planes? I'll be honest with you, you got to expand your imagination container. Like you have to play in your imagination like you are a small child, because us as adults have all these filter lenses of being logical and analytical, or maybe we had people in our life say magic's not real, or that's evil, like religious programming, tons of different things are we seeing, like societal programming, like magic being demonized or weaponized or whatever. So how I got to the place that I'm at now is literally filling my life. That man scared me in the background. Okay. Filling my life with as much magic as possible. Like researching the unicorns and the fairies and the dragons and the elves, and just as much magic as I could get my hands on through movies, books, TV shows, games, filling my house with like tons of magical, whimsical things, wearing magical, whimsical things. Because when I'm telling people like, okay, 4 foundational realms that you can start with that are very easy are like the unicorn realm, the fairy realm, the dragon realm, the mermaid realm. Okay, because there's so much information in the collective already about those things. Okay, so if you're watching The Little Mermaid, okay, it's not exactly 100% accurate of mermaids, but it's not about that. It's about embodying that energy in your auric field, so that when you do access the mermaid realm, you can get into it and start walking around in there in your meditation and viscerally experience it. Just like watching How to Train Your Dragons. It doesn't necessarily represent dragons in totality, but those things are coming from somewhere. It's coming from the Akashic fields. Like all of the ideas, movies, TV shows, music, it's downloaded from somewhere. Okay, so just making your life as magical as possible helps you get back to that childlike state of wonderment and belief and internal knowing. It helps you connect to your intuition and get into these different realms and dimensions. So I spend a lot of my time outside of doing sessions and like taking care of my son and dogs and stuff, like reading fun books. Like right now, I'm reading this series by Chris Colfer. This one's A Tale of Sorcery. I watch anime. I'm always trying to find clothes that make me feel, whimsical. I'm on Pinterest looking at magical pictures. If y'all go to my Insta stories, I curate other artists in there. So you always have a place that you can go during your day if you're stressed out or anxious and feel more, get your magic cup full. But just embodying what magic means to you and enveloping that into your life, into your reality, because what you put in is what you get out, and vice versa. You don't have to give sessions to people necessarily. Like, if you are an energy healer, it takes a lot of confidence in self and your self-concept to talk to somebody and tell them about dimensions and realms, right? That's something you have to build over time, but it's something that you can do with yourself too. Like, you can go into your own Akasha field and can connect into different timeline versions of you in these different places and spaces. It's just working with other people helps accelerate the expansion of your knowledge in your Akasha field, because you are coming in contact with so many different beings that have been in different timelines and different planets in different spaces. And so again, you don't have to do that, but it is very expanding for your own knowledge and wisdom. I would love to hear in the comments if you found this helpful, if you're going to give it a try with filling your life full of magic. And I would love to hear in the comments too, what is it that makes you feel magical?